Once again, I want to welcome all of us to this seminar series, which has been tagged Strategies for Survival. The church has thought about this series because of what is happening in our country. And as I said earlier, many people have been invited. Only a few are here. It reminds me of the days of Noah. When God instructed Noah to build an ark, because he was going to pour rain on the ark. Noah built the ark and told people to come and find safety inside the ark. But the Bible tells us only a few people found refuge inside that ark. When the rain descended and the doors of the ark was closed, many people they tried to rush it, but it was too late. Our president announced on May 29, that was in his speech, he announced the removal of the subsidy on petroleum in Nigeria. Everybody knew the immediate implication of that announcement. In fact, when the pump price of petrol jumped up in Nigeria, you also see the reactions of other countries. The Republic, from Cameroon, because they have been relying and benefiting from the subsidy. And the government has always insisted that the subsidy was being managed by a bar who are being fast on it. So we have not seen the full implication of the removal of subsidy yet. But anybody who has studied economics, everyone is not need to study economics before you can project about inflation, about jump in prices of foodstuffs and so many other things. What are the implications for small and big-time businesses? And how can you survive the crisis that is sure to come? That crisis is sure to come. It's just a matter of when. So you need to prepare that crisis before it lands on the doorstep. Now we are having a seminar in series. So there are going to be about 6 series, 6 seminars in this series. The first one is starting your own business. That is what we are anchoring today. We are inviting some other resource persons to come and give us their own ideas about the various aspects of business, running a profitable business, registration of businesses in Nigeria, business climate in Nigeria, including business laws, attracting and retaining your customers, sources of funds for business. These are things that we need to know about to prepare us for what is coming ahead. The Proverbs 24, verse 27 says, put your outdoor work in order and get your fields ready, that build your house. It also says in Proverbs 22:29 that do you see a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Even though it's not a Bible study, we have to inject wisdom of the Bible into the seminar. Proverbs 6:6 also says, go to the ant, you sluggard, consider his ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler. Yet he stores his provisions in summer and gathers his food at harvest. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little falling of the ants to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man. Praise the Lord. All of us are familiar with these scriptures from previous Bible studies. The reason to work, an ant does not have a supervisor or overseer. He works gathering food in the summer and storing it for the winter. We must be diligent in our businesses if we intend to survive the crisis that is just ahead of us. Now, I learned how to do business in a very hard way. I come from what I can call a middle-class family. My father was a local government worker. He worked at the Elisha of Bam District Council as a secretary to special treasurer, secretary treasurer. And I was used to some comfort in the house because of his salary, what he brought home, until I was 11 when he lost his job. That was in 1961. That was the first time I knew what was called hardship, because the income of the family just nosedived and we went below what we call poverty line. That was when my mother started doing business. Opened a shop. It was like a distributor of bread, in a street. And many people will come when they bring bread with their buses. Many people will come and take, come and buy from her, because he will take wholesale, let's resell to these people. And at a point, things got so hard, I had to hawk bread on the streets of Elisha. Not only bread, but other things. I'll carry the tray on my head and sell it from house to house. And then when you finish selling everything, you go back home. Probably you still afternoon, you go back, for another round. And on market day, I will follow my mother carrying food I'm going to sell at the market. And the market was about 3 miles away. Every market day, we have to go and display our goodness to sell. And then we come back home after everything is sold in the evening. That was how I learned what is called business. I caught my business teeth during that period. I knew how to fry what we call it, plantain chips, go and sell. I remember very well, people were always willing to buy bread that has gone very hard. Because there is cheap water, that's half price. You come and buy it and then take it to water. So I mean, that was my introduction to business. And gradually, I found myself gravitating towards establishing businesses. If you see a person man now, you may not know where he started from. You think that he had a silver spoon in his mouth. It's not so. So people must be taught how to do business, how to if you see a successful man now, you may not know where he started from. You think that he had a silver spoon in his mouth. It's not so. So people must be taught how to do business, how to survive the economic climate that is coming soon. Over the years, I established a number of businesses. We came into Ilorin in 1979 when I was given employment at the University of Ilorin. The economic climate in Nigeria at that time was also tough. So we had to think of how to survive. So we established what we call Bethel Mini Market. That was in February 1980. February 25 to be precise. You can see that Bethel Mini Market there. It started on a very small scale. Everything we were selling was contained in a tray. Milk, things of milk, soap, bread, whatever. Everything in a tray. But we didn't carry it around. It was in the front of our house. People would come and buy. If I tell you the prices of goods then, you'll be shocked. A carton of milk, 48 tins of milk, for 7 naira. And a double carton containing 96 tins of milk was 14 naira. If I still saw the exercise book where we bought the first set of things for the veterinary market, and it's in the house. That's why I got that day, 25th February 1980. That was when we opened shop. And when we moved to the quarters, we also opened veterinary market there and started growing little by little. In 1990, I established what I call Probex Academic Publishers. You have seen what it is today, but you might not know how it started in 1990. The genesis was that in 1986, Babangida introduced what is called a Structural Adjustment Program. SAP was the president of Nigeria at that time. They were debating whether to go and take money from IMF or World Bank or to find a local solution to Nigeria's economic problem. And Nigeria decided to go for the Structural Adjustment Program. And they refused to take IMF loan. Or maybe it was even one of the conditionalities that we have to restructure the economy. And everybody had to keep one business or the other. That was the time you see lecturers early in the morning, 6 a.m., they'll be moving on to the main campus to go and farm before we not go to work. I also tried my hand on farming, but I knew that farming was not for me. So we established Progress Academic Publishers. It was started with Progress at that time. It started with what we call Express Secretarial Services. The crisis started in 1986 But we didn't register local academic publishers until 1990. Between 1986 and 1990, it was operating as express internet services. What are we doing? We are taking projects from students, my wife and I, to take projects, that is a writer, we will type projects and return. It was bringing money. All you needed to buy was a A4 paper, a photo paper, and then ribbon for your typewriter. Then that is what we were doing. But there's no business that does not come with hazards. You find that many students, after they have typed their work, you come back, they say the error was introduced by them, it was not there in the first place. So you have to retype at your own cost. We did that until we said, okay, enough is enough. There was also scarcity of journals in Nigeria at that time. Go to a university library, you will not find Nigerian journals. When you find them, they will be about 5 years old. So I devised a method where you can publish a journal and supply it currently. 2023, you can come up with 2023 edition of journal. That was how Global Academic Publishers started. I started by creating my own journals, 2 journals. Bioscience Research Communications, and the other one was Biochemistry. Bioscience Research Communications, in fact, started in 1989, but we did not register the business with the Corporate Affairs Commission of 1990. It was registered on 27th September 1990, and you have the AC number there. And it was just a business name. Other businesses came later. In 2009, I established Ambassador College of Arts and Science. The place where we are having this seminar is the building built for Ambassador College of Arts and Science. That one also had a precedent, a precursor. The precursor was a coaching class, coaching students, one-on-one, or 2 at a time. Mathematics, I was very strong in mathematics when I was in school. So I put up a signboard where we did mathematics lessons. Anybody wants to learn mathematics, you can come and enroll. Many people came, many people succeeded in learning mathematics. And it graduated from there to coaching people who are preparing for JAM. All our children have prepared them for JAM. All the subjects, give them mock exams before they did the exam. This was later extended to other students. In fact, when we came here in 2005, I still continued that coaching class. If you know TT, other people who went through that coaching class, coaching people to take JAM. Necessary. Then in 2009, I decided to formalize it by registering Ambassador College of Arts and Science with the Ministry of Education in Kwara State. It started in 2010, after registering it in 2009. But it didn't last long because I found out that students were willing to learn and pass their exams, but they were not willing to pay the fees. We are preparing people to take UTME exams. We had only 18 students, but I had to employ 11 members of staff because of the various subjects. Out of the 18 students, only 16 paid their fees in full. One paid only half, one didn't pay anything at all. And they all passed their UTME exam that year and entered the university. The funny thing was that one of the students who didn't pay anything at all, I met him in University of Ibadan. He had already finished PSc. He was in master's class. He was the one who called me to introduce himself. And then I now remember that you were in Ambassador College and you didn't pay your school fees. And they had to pay teachers. So by 2011, I had to scrap Ambassador College of Science and come to another business. And I made this place in full headquarters for Progress Academic Publishers, where it was still doing well. In 2014, I established Chelsea Diagnostic Research Limited. You can see the CAC numbers of all the businesses. It was registered as a limited liability company. I was preparing for my retirement that what I would do was to set up a laboratory and do some diagnostic services. You want to check hemoglobin, you want to check PCB, you want to check white blood cell count, blood sugar, and whatever it is. But that business did not take off at all because it depends on personnel and heavy equipment. Also established West African Bioinformatics Research Initiative 2014. PSC number is there. That was to introduce bioinformatics. You can still see the sample there. We did a series of seminars that people paid. But as far back, I've been running bioinformatics seminars as far back as 2006. Only I decided to register it in 2014. We did bioinformatics seminars starting from first of Ilorin here. We did it. I was invited by National Biotechnology Development Agency in Abuja to organize a seminar. I was invited by UNAM, that's the University of Agriculture, Abuja, to organize a seminar. When I was in Blessed University, I also organized one. When I came back here, and the last one I did was in 2015, when I was a dean of postgraduate school. So it's a viable business, organizing seminars. Each person pays 40,000 naira to attend the seminar. And if you have about 20 people, you have made something. All you need to do is to pay your resource and the resource persons that have invited. But I don't need it anymore. Or I can still go back to it if the climate is right. Particularly what is happening or what is going to happen in the next few years. And take me back to informatics. It's already a fully registered company. I don't need to reactivate it. In 2018, I established Ilorin Chess Academy. That was for recreation. Some of you have seen people playing chess here. Some of you have seen people coming for competitions here. They pay to register for the competition. Some will win prizes, and then you recover your operation cost. So that is still there also. And we have a website for it, and people, the advertising that people can come and learn the game of chess. And it's a very lucrative business because if you now know the awareness across Nigeria for chess play, you know what I mean? Because people are turned into a very big business. 2021, I decided to register Progress Academic Publishers as a limited liability company. It's number 2 on this line. It was a business name at that time, but I've turned it to a limited liability company. Now, future lessons or future seminars will tell you the difference between registering a business name or a limited liability company, or what we call a trustee, that is an incorporated trustee. As well, the West African Bioinformatics Research Initiative is incorporated trustee, it's not limited liability, but that's two trustees. And finally, I decided to register Christian Digest magazine early this year. Mainly because we have been publishing Christian Digest for a long time, but it was not a registered business. And it's not actually a business, it's a charity. Because we don't sell it, we give free of charge. to procure the government message. But we are put legal backing to it by registering it in Corporate Affairs Commission. That's the CSA number. That's the business name. Now, to survive in Nigeria in the future, and the future has already started, you must know how to start a business, how to register a business, and how to make the business grow. One great business idea, but there's only one idea behind all businesses. The great idea behind establishing a successful business is to provide goods or services that are in high demand. If the power company can sell that 1 million people will have to buy, you're already a millionaire. The more customers you have, the higher your profit in your business. That is exactly what all business people do. And the reason between an ordinary worker in an office and a business person, that the only ordinary worker waits until the end of the month before he or she can take a salary. A business person earns salary every day, or as an income. Money comes in every day. Some businessmen and women, they have money when they are sleeping. They don't even have to be there to work. If you use MTN or Glo, people have to make calls on every minute. And every time you make call or you use data, money is going to the pocket of Academia. Whether it's sleeping or it's that money is going there. That's what we call passive income, which you need to know about. And let's look at some businessmen around the world that have succeeded and got to the top of their career. Some of you must have heard about Elon Musk, who is now the richest man in the world. He has two prominent companies. One is called SpaceX, and one is called Tesla Operated. He's just 22 years old. And his net worth, I think what his worth is around $1 billion US. You need to understand what he says and how he made his money. I've done research in all these areas. Bill Gates used to be the richest man in the world. He established Microsoft, but he has retired from Microsoft, and his net worth is now $118.7 billion. And it's already 67 years old. I remember when he established Microsoft, I was writing on my PhD at that time. The first product he did was MS-DOS. One diskette to control the entire MS-DOS. We're using it at age 5 in my laboratory. And he went on to develop other things, Windows, Microsoft Windows. What we are using now is Microsoft PowerPoint. He developed Microsoft Excel. That was how he made his money. Because millions of people use this product all over the world. So go back to the basics. Develop something that many people want. Then you are in business. You are part of Mark Zuckerberg, the creator of Facebook. He's just 39 years old. And it's worth around $4.4 billion. Larry Page and Sergey Brin, both of them came together to develop Google. Google is a search engine that all of us use every day. If I need information on anything, I'll just go to Google, type it, and then you see results coming out. That's the result of what they have done. One amazing thing they did was Google Maps. Now, we went to Lagos recently. We are going from Mushin, no, not Mushin, Somolu. We are going to Somolu to Victoria Island. And we took Uber vehicle. Now, I opened the map, showing where we are going. We are going to, I just say Adogo Street. I just feed in, I just say Adogo Street. And then it was showing us the route, where we are going. It was showing us the speed of the vehicle. It was showing us when we are going to get there, exactly when we are going to get there, how many minutes left, what time we are going to get there. This thing changes when the speed also of the vehicle changes. That is Google programming. Anywhere in the world, people are using Google Maps to navigate their ways. So, thanks to Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Larry Page is 50 years old and is worth $103.6 billion. Sergey Brin is 49 years old and is worth $98.5 billion US dollars. I put Jan Tom there because he developed WhatsApp. Almost all of us use WhatsApp. In fact, the story is that he applied to Facebook to work, but Mark Zuckerberg did not employ him. So he now went and developed WhatsApp. And when Mark Zuckerberg found that WhatsApp has become very popular, he now bought over WhatsApp. So Jan Tom is now working to speak with Mark Zuckerberg. Let's come back to Aliko Dangote. He pictured to be the richest man in Africa until recently. But this year that somebody in South Africa is because he used to have a net worth of $14.something billion. It's now down to $9.7 billion. Makadenuga, global, 70 years old. Aliko Dangote is 66 years old. Makadenuga worth $3.7 billion. How do people who have thought of what people want and created it, and they are making a lot of money out of it? That is the bottom line of business. Now let's look at these people that have mentioned. Look at them by one. That is Elon Musk. 52 years old, net worth $51.1 billion US dollars. And it's known for Tesla and SpaceX. SpaceX is just a travel agency where he wants people to go to space. Then he's also making money from that. That reminds me of the people who want to go and see Titanic wreckage. And they lost their life there. So when people say, it's very fine. I mean, you have a billionaire was there, one of the people. So, yeah, it's not their life. Now, Bill Gates, for many years, was the richest man in the world. I mean, I used a lot of his products. You know what I'm using to get this? Now, she's 7 years old. He has established the foundation, Gates and Melinda Gates Foundation. That was the chairman, and that's what he has prepared to. But he still worth $418.7 billion. Microsoft is still there, still developing things. Mark Zuckerberg, very, very young man, 39 years old. And he has around $4.4 billion net worth. Created Facebook, has bought over WhatsApp. The name is company Meta. That's a group under which he operates. That is how you pay. 50 years old, 103.6 billion US dollars. This company is Google. And the brain, the co-founder of Google, was 9 years old. That is Jack Google. 7 years old, $14.3 billion. He created WhatsApp, where was brought over by Mark Zuckerberg. That's Aliko Dangote, 6 years old. He's into many things. Dangote sugar, Dangote cement, Dangote spaghetti, whatever it is. So, they discovered what many people want. It's smiling to the bank. Same thing with academia. 20 years now, $7 billion US dollars. Global Palm Oil, Equatorial Trust Bank. These are the things that he founded that made him tremendously rich. So it is not only these people that are listed that can be successful. You and I can think about what to develop that millions of people want. Fortunately, God is not against all these things. Haggai 2, verse 8, God says, silver is mine, gold is mine, says the Lord. Psalm 24, verse 1, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. Everything in the world created by him, God to enjoy. Many people think the Bible is against wealth, or the Bible is against money, because they misinterpret 1 Timothy 6:10. Some people say, reading 1 Timothy 6:10, that money is the root of all kinds of evil. That's not what it says. 1 Timothy 6:10, let somebody read it. 1 Timothy 6:10. You can give the microphone to anybody and read it. You find it first. 1 Timothy 6:10.
For the Lord command is the root of all kinds of evil, and some people with plenty money have wandered from the true faith and praise themselves with things.
Praise the Lord. The Bible did not say money is the root of evil. It said the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. People love money so much that they neglect other things. And they are ready to get anything, to do anything to get money. This is what they want from them. If you read the story of the patriarchs, you find that they were stupendously rich. Genesis chapter 13 tells us about Abraham. Abraham was rich in cattle. His nephew, Lot, was also rich in cattle. And there was a time they had a lot of cattle that the two herdsmen were beginning to fight against each other. And then Abraham said, no, don't let us fight. Look at this terrain, can compare both of us. If you go this way, I will go this way. If you choose this way, take the other way. And they separated, and their life was growing. So the next question I want to ask is not about you. What can you do? Because the days we are facing are evil. What can you do to survive under the current economic crisis in Nigeria? And what is being predicted that is coming soon? How can you swim through this very turbulent waters? I will give you some idea. But as I'm going to emphasize at the end of the seminar, the best thing is to start small and grow big. what we are seeing today as better mini market started small. Everything we had to contain inside a tray. What you see about private academic publishers started small. I used to tell landlords that I started private academic publishers with 40 copies. People think it is capital that is the stumbling block or impediment to business. What I did was I had an idea of what I wanted to supply. I wanted to fill the gap created by lack of journals in Nigerian university libraries. What I did was I drafted an advertisement to start 2 new journals. I put that as an advertisement on A4 paper. New journals for science and communications, biochemistry. Submit your articles. I wrote my office address. And then made a photocopy, two copies. It was costing 20 kobo per copy. That was photocopy at that time. I put 2, one in block 10 and one in block 1. And people go make up very well. That was how global academic publishers started. And I was charging 5 naira for editing a submitted manuscript. So I still have a book here. The first person to submit a manuscript have been paid 5 naira. A manuscript started coming. That was April 1989. And we're targeting June 1989 for the first edition. So it started very small. So what can you do? Number 1 item is that you can start farming, either on a small scale or on a large scale. Some people are already doing that. Agriculture will sell anytime, any day, any country. Producing food crops or cash crops because people must eat. You can start trading, buy and selling. Better mini market started by buying tins of milk, sugar, packet of sugar, tin, 1 liter, and selling bread. Because as I told you earlier, I was prepared for it. The aspect I went through when I was young. Restaurants, you can call it the cafeteria. It does not mean to be an expensive restaurant like Item 7. If you are frying plantain or corn by the roadside, you already have a restaurant where people come and eat and buy and eat something and making money. All you need to do is to start small and to grow big. Hairdressing or barbing. Hairdressing, particularly, women love to do hairdressing in a weekly basis. Letting of hair. Unlike men go only frequently to barbing shops, barbing salons. But these are businesses or business ideas. Transportation. Taxi, Kenapep, as if we graduated to Uber or Bolt, or that type of transportation is big business. Transportation will sell in any country, anywhere. But people must move about. And because we will mention that I tried transportation at one time during the Babangida SAP era. I had a pickup vehicle that was used to move people on market days with goods and services. Market has not existed then, but we used to move people from hotel or Doma or whatever market day. Home lesson or coaching. That is what I started with before I got of Ambassador College of Arts and Science. Since people, if you are experts in mathematics or English language, or prepare people UTME exams or the SSC exams, junior or senior. Ghana is going to put it together. You can start with 5 people or even less. That's how it grows and grows. But the hazard there is that people want to learn and pass the exam, but they will owe you a lot of money. Just like if you go and build houses, and then people will come and rent it and pay for 1 year. And that's the end. So there's no business that doesn't have its own hazard. Business center, typing, photocopy, doing internet services. Somebody wants to go and check jam results. Come to your business center, come and check. These are viable businesses. As I told you earlier, we also started with typing. We're not rich enough to buy a photocopy machine at that time. So, but we have two typewriters. We were used to type student projects. Then continue, the list goes on. Daycare center. These are viable businesses. You can try your own support. Laundry services. For lucrative. Educational services. Maybe I start a creche, nursery school, primary school, or secondary school. But beware of the hazards. But you must have something, you must think about something you want to do. Website designs. That's another lucrative business. If you market yourself very well, and then you know how to acquire a website and develop it for people. Graphic designs. This is also very lucrative. Each time I want to organize a chess competition or a chess tournament, I normally hire people to come and design the graphics that will send and post by WhatsApp to people on Facebook to announce that competition. I recently stumbled on an app that you can use yourself to create the app. That's what I use to create the announcement, the announcement for this seminar. I designed it and then posted it on Facebook and sent some by WhatsApp. So I think the app costs about $4,000. Naira, 4,000 naira. So you can use it continuously. That also reminds me, even app development is something. Mark Zuckerberg created WhatsApp and Facebook first. Somebody else created WhatsApp. These are things that millions of people are using all over the world. And they are smiling to the bank. It will not cost much to learn how to create an app. There's one app in my phone that records birthdays of many people. And it tells you how old they are, every year. So once you feed them, that app, you can know how old is somebody every year. I use it for family and friends, for people, and even for the church. You have, everybody, including the pictures there. These are created by people. Anything that can be attractive. The more successful, the more attractive your app is, the more successful you have, the more money you have to make. Then company registration. I told you that out of the 8 businesses that I created, I've registered 7. It's only Better Mini Market that's not registered out of 48. And the importance of registering the business is that you can open a bank account with that name. I can open a bank account with People's Academic Publishers. I can open a bank account with Ilorin Academy. They have been registered by the Corporate Affairs Commission. But I can't open a bank account with the Better Mini Market. It's not registered. I have to open that account in my name, the original name. So people who want to register businesses, they need the services of somebody who can register it for them. I know how much I patronize people during the registration of all these companies that I registered myself. So, but if you learn how to register for people, that's another source of income for you, not from registering your own company. operating point of sale of POS services. During the cash crunch of February and March this year, I was shocked that nobody in this church has a POS to bail us out of the cash crunch. What does it take? And people have been having POS before the cash crunch. They were the ones smiling to the bank during that time. So go and learn how to operate a POS, how to acquire one. Only if it's open. So there are many people offering POS services. Real estate. Now that's for long-term development. It's not something you can start from scratch. So, but I'm just listing possibilities of the type of businesses that is happening. Believe it or not, they're going to need it in Nigeria. Is upon us now. To survive in that Nigeria, you must earn income on a daily basis. Not waiting for the rest of the end of the month to earn your income. You must think about goods or services you can provide that people will come and patronize you. That's important as that. Even if it's only you are operating keke in a pep or Okada, you are earning income on a daily basis. That's the important thing. Now, let's do some calculation about businesses, what we earn from businesses. One item that we sell in our better mini market is Pepsi. That's one out of several. One small pack of Pepsi will cost 1,800 naira. Did you even ask how much is it today? Did you ask? No. Well, they didn't have. So that means the unit cost is 150 naira per bottle. Now, the selling price per bottle is 170 naira. That means that on every bottle you sell, you get a profit of 20 naira. And if you sell the whole pack, you will have got a profit of 240 naira for the whole pack, 12 bottles. There's something you call turnover. If you sell the whole pack and you get 240 naira, that means you have done one cycle. You can go back and buy another pack. The more packs you sell, or the more bottles you sell, the more profit is coming to you. That is, if you sell 10 packs in a day, the profit coming to you will be 2,400 naira. That is more than what you used to buy one pack. That is the reason why we have many itinerant traders. If you are traveling and you see people carrying coke on their head and so many things on their head, because they want to sell more. If you stay in one place, like we are staying in one place here, it's only people passing in front of the shop that you come and buy. But if you carry it on your head and you go up to Super Garage, you will see that you will sell even more than staying somewhere. So the real thing in business is the turnover. How many times you are able to turn over or to earn profit on a particular thing, on a pack of Pepsi. But the danger there is that don't drink it baby yourself, otherwise you finish your profit. If you are selling bread, make sure you don't eat when you don't start eating, consuming the bread. Otherwise, you are not ready for business. Like I will always say, a goat should not think of selling yam. Otherwise, you really want to finish that yam. Finally, I want go back to what I said earlier. Start small, but think big. A business usually starts very small. Microsoft in 1985, his first product was Microsoft DOS. I still have a copy of that diskette in my house. But now he has grown into a conglomerate. The same thing with our better mini market that started in 1980. The same thing with Global Academic Publishing. The same thing with one Mosaic Computers and Stationaries. That's the person I buy stationaries from. The woman that has it now has her headquarters near the post office. That's between post office and Maraba, the big headquarters. One day, that's only 1 year, when the shop here closed, I had to trace the headquarters to go and buy paper. That was why I came across the woman. But the one who recognized me said, I don't recognize her anymore. I said, no, I don't recognize you. She was a woman selling in a kiosk near the post office. And I remember I used to buy envelopes, large envelopes, small envelopes, white envelopes from her. And even sometimes they start books. But it has now grown big. As an headquarters near the post office, as one in Tanker here. I should put somebody there. As another one near the civil service, where we have the marriage registry. So something that started under a kiosk near the post office has now grown big after the branches. That is how a business grows. If you nurture it, nourish it, and develop it. The alternative, sitting down and doing nothing, will not meet the demands that Nigeria is facing at the moment. That hasn't started yet. It has only just been announced, and then we are just feeling the effect of removing petroleum subsidy. But I can see and sense it from what happened during the SAP era. From what happened before the SAP era, how you now have to put your thinking cap and think on how to develop your business. That is the reason for this seminar series. We have now come to the end of the first one. The other ones, we are going to invite experts. I announced that if we invite other people and we make, poster announcement about this, because the knowledge we are going to give people during this series of seminars is invaluable. And we are not asking you to pay a dime for it. We are just asking you to invite your friends who will benefit from this seminar. But it can be like we are just doing like Noah, who was supposed to build an ark and ask people to come into it. By the time the door of the Noah's ark is shut, there will be no more room for people to enter. So that brings us to the end of today's. Thank you for your attention. Praise the Lord.